Good afternoon, everyone. This is Steve with Real Progressives, and I have been mulling over how to approach this because, I understand there's some people that are relatively new to politics that are climbing up the activist ladder and are, trying to make a name for themselves and going about things in the manner in which they feel is, best for unifying a movement. But I am absolutely appalled at the ignorance and the unwillingness to call a spade a spade. I'm not going to mention any groups by name. I'm not going to mention any people by name. But I think you can imagine there are a few groups out there that are preaching this idea of unity first, that we've got to stay united, and I do all this heavy lifting for you guys, and we got to stay united. And you see these images of these children blown to pieces by bombs, blown to pieces by a war machine that just laughs about it. And then you see these people that are living a very, very upper middle class life, maybe even an upper class life. They just want to be an activist suddenly, going around telling everybody, hey, if you vote for Hillary, if you vote for this person, it's all good as long as we stay united. I don't mind talking to people and saying, folks, when November comes and November 15th, sometime after the election happens, you want to say, okay, you've already screwed the pooch, now let's see how we can fix it because you screwed us. That's one thing. But we haven't had a general election yet. And I will say it over and over and over again until people finally hear me. The Democratic Party will not criticize its own. If you allow Hillary Clinton to get elected, you will be shut down. Shut down. There will be no resistance. There will be no anti-war movement. They will stifle the shit out of you. The only way that this thing keeps going and keeps getting blown up is if we block the coronation. And that means for all those equivocators out there trying to make nice and keep buddies and are afraid to lose a friend here and there, for you people out there afraid to lose a friend here and there, let me explain this to you. People are dying because you want to keep in the club. People are dying for that cause, for your cause to stay popular, for your cause to stay buddy, buddy, buddy. If you're in a battleground state, there is no place better than to vote for Jill Stein. If you are in a state safe, there's no place better than to vote for Jill Stein. The bottom line is that I have watched time and time again these smooth presentations, these email campaigns, these friggin', hyperbolic, friggin' just nonsensical, we gotta be united campaigns that completely ignore the death and destruction that comes with a Democratic Party that does not criticize its own. I am going to keep saying it over and over and over again until people understand. If the Democratic Party policed its own, if the Democratic Party had a spine and would actually criticize its own for violating the basic tenets of being a progressive, then I would say, you know what? Let's vote for the lesser evil. But the lesser evil is only lesser in terms of its rhetoric. The greater evil is watching half of the left, the so-called left, half of the left check out and go into defend Hillary mode. Have you heard this before? I'm sure I've said it. And I'll keep saying, because I am absolutely sick and tired of these big group leaders with their big propaganda meetings, with their special conferences and their special presentations, trying to equivocate and tell people that it's okay to vote for Hillary, that we have to block Trump. I can't stand Donald Trump, but I assure you, those milquetoast wafer-light people will stand against Trump for a full 4 years. Even if he does something right, they'll stand against him. I can count on that Because it's like Big Ben Clockwork. All they know how to do is criticize the GOP. But they will not criticize Hillary Clinton for 1 minute. Not 1 minute. Hell, there are people out there still. There are still people out there claiming that the Obamacare law is universal health care. I swear on my life they're still saying it. If you actually believe the war is over, if you actually believe that somehow or another, untarnished, a protected Hillary Clinton with a clandestine group of people around her are somehow or another helpful to our revolution, if you believe that, you might be part of the problem. You might just be part of the problem. If you know what groups I'm talking about, if you understand where I'm headed with this, if you understand that these people are out there soft-pedaling Hillary Clinton to us, so-called Bernie supporters, filling your email box up with email after email after email, giving us all these special leave-behinds that somehow or another make it okay to support Hillary. They are ignoring the fact that there will be no anti-war movement from the blues. Not 1 ounce of it. They will defend her every step along the way. Why don't you hear this in these other groups? Why don't you hear it? Is it because I'm crazy? Maybe. Maybe I am crazy. I don't think I am, but maybe I am. But ask yourself this. Have you been in any Democrat groups lately that tell you not to criticize Hillary? Have you heard them say that? Have you heard them say that? If you have, if you know where I'm coming from with that. If you've been kicked out of a Hillary group or a Democrat group for accidentally saying something that wasn't towing the line, let me hear it. Let me know if you've been kicked out. Let me know if you've been chastised for criticizing the blue person. If you have, if you remember what it's like to criticize Obama for drones, if you remember what it's like to criticize Obama for anything, raise your hand. Invisible hand, but raise it. I know what it's like. They don't like hearing truth because all they care about is the party. They don't care about lives. They don't care about people. They care about the party. They are stuck in this rut. An ignorant rut that is more destructive than anything I have ever seen in my entire life. There's nothing that comes close. So when you see these people out there telling you, we've got to unite, hey, maybe you pick Hillary, maybe you pick Jill, we're not going to satisfy that here. Just know that there's people dying, literally dying. That speech is killing someone. That's right. You think you're Johnny Do-Good, it's killing someone. It's a death sentence for a child in Syria. It's a death sentence for one of our children. I've got a really poor connection right now, so I'm going to go ahead and drop this one. But I've said enough. If you guys believe for a minute that Hillary Clinton is somehow an acceptable backup plan, you're not the sharpest knife in the drawer. Steve with Real Progressive saying goodbye.